Hi everyone, Bernard here. I hope you're all very well. Welcome to the Citizen channel, and this is the Matchday programme watch I started for 2021. This is episode 6. We've had 6 away games and we've had 6 match programmes. So this is a little thing I do on the match programmes. Obviously we're going to look at this one today. You've obviously seen it in the thumbnail, of course, against our illustrious opponents and the superstars, according to this looking through this programme. A bit more than that in a moment anyway. You know, obviously they do they have a history, don't they, and they do bang on about it, which is fair enough, but we all have got histories, and I bang on about our history, don't I? So all credit to them. You know, they promote what they know, and obviously it's not just a match day programme as it is. I think it's probably sold throughout the world, isn't it? So I think they have to bang the United drum, and who can blame them? They've got to do that, haven't they? So yeah, we're going to have a look at that today. This thing's leading the table at the moment. I've done 6 reviews. I mean, obviously I won't be doing a City one because we only do a digital one at the moment, so we won't be doing any City programmes. But this guy tops. This will take some beating, actually, the Sheffield United one. If you've not seen that little review of that one, have a look at that one. But that's quite an impressive programme. So, but they've got good competition here, potentially anyway, because last year the United review finished 3rd and 4th in my top 10, the league and the cup one, the Carabao Cup one. So it's finished in the top 4. They finished 3rd spot and 4th spot. Didn't quite win it, but it was some great stuff in it. A lot of history stuff with City United as well, which I do like. But did have its faults, obviously, but so we're going to have a look at this one today anyway. So £3.50, 84 pages. That's not bad, is it? So please, if you're new to the channel, please push that subscribe button, push the bell notification. All these vlogs are coming out. I do all these little special things, and City present and City history, of course. So lots of stuff for you out there. I try and sort of do different little things. You know, some people like, some obviously I sort of drop if people aren't really that interested. But I always have a go and keep trying to progress and do different. I try and be different. I don't want to be the same as everybody else. I try and be a little bit different to everybody else. So hope you enjoy this anyway. And please, if you check the playlists, and you'll see some things on films and TV as well. I do vlogs on TV, films, and if you want to see my critique and my information vlogs on film and TV, please. Even quizzes on there as well. Like I have my City quizzes. So there's film and TV quizzes as well. So please, if you can push that subscribe button or push someone in the way who might be interested in the film stuff as well, please, that'd be fantastic. Right, 84 pages, the United review. So I'm going to have a quick look through that. I'll put some images up on screen as we're looking through this as well. Just for your information. Obviously that wonderful kit, isn't it? And that's the West Ham game, I think, that they played last week. 84 pages, 24 pages of ads, so yeah, about 27%, which is quite high. I mean, some clubs don't have as many. When I say ads, it's like the promos and sponsorship pages, stuff like that. So there you go. Layout wise, it's busy. It's quite simple, quite busy layout wise. Nothing special, nothing really modern. They cram a lot in, you know, they get a lot in. So it is not the most modern looking programme that's out there as far as style is concerned. So let's have a look what's on the inside of this one, shall we? So there we go. There's quite a few interesting things in this one, actually. A couple of talking points for us City fans as well in here. Apart from the fact that I don't think City manage to winning all the games against United that they feature in this programme, but that's par for the course. It's another one of my gripes, isn't it? Of course, you got the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer stuff. I mean, you got a bunch of could do with a couple of lions there, couldn't we, getting them lot? But yeah, we could put like nice big pictures in this as well. And as I said, it's sold worldwide, isn't it? I think there's not many clubs I don't think make money out of football programmes. Well, I'm sure United and perhaps Liverpool and one or two others do, but because it is sold across the world. This is the first interesting thing. Obviously, we've seen Rashford, and he's obviously with this thing with the government and the kids' food, and it's fair enough. I mean, at the end of the day, good on the lad for doing it. But that image is actually in Copson Street. Now, Copson Street's in Withington, which is literally next door to where I used to live, and where I grew up supporting City up to the age of about 18. I lived in Withington, and this is on Copson Street, which wasn't far away from from where I was. I mean, I wouldn't be overly impressed if I still lived there. I mean, all credit to the guy, but I still don't want to see a picture of a United player on the wall. But it's Withington. I mean, didn't he come from? I mean, I thought he came from Wythenshawe. I'm not too sure, but obviously this artist must be based in Withington. This AKSE. I've never heard of the guy, but all credit to him for doing it. But if I still lived in Withington, I wouldn't. Hey, I'm a City fan. I still wouldn't be overly impressed, to be honest with you. So anyway, but well done, Mr. Rashford, for what you're doing. That's fair enough. All credit to you for that. But yeah, I'm not overly impressed. That was a bit of a talking point straight away, wasn't it? So, as I say, it's at least it's not next door to me. But I must admit, in the 70s and 80s, it might have been sprayed. Even a thing like that might have been sprayed over. But that's how it goes, isn't it? That's how it was in those days. Right, the match. Yeah, they talk about the match. Make us proud. Obviously, they're reflecting on the fact they got knocked out of the Champions League, so they want to obviously make us proud, beat City, get us back on track. That's fair enough. Worth knowing. So we've exhumed a classic century-old United review feature, so I'll keep you banged up to date. Yeah, they've got a book coming out with obviously stuff from the United review. So all the old United reviews. I did have one. Yeah, I've got one here still. Obviously, that was the first game I attended, which obviously was the United review 1974, the famous Dennis Law thing. You will see obviously, I've done a vlog on that as well. You've obviously seen with the preview of the City game, and I've talked about that. The City United game, I talked about that. And obviously, they're doing little specials now on the review, so they're looking back at things and little articles on stuff that's featured in the review throughout this process. So there's bits and pieces in the programme. Obviously, it's Christmas, seasons to be jolly. So United won 3 out of 4 meetings with City in 2019-20. So they do bang on about that a bit. They mention it in the kids' quiz as well later. Here's a reminder of the 4 terms when Manchester was firmly red. So obviously, 2019-20 they played 4-1-3. 2009-10 they played 4-1-3. 1995-1996 they played 3-1-3, and 1957-56-57 they played 3-1-3. So they're showing images from there. That's all right. I mean, it's a United programme, isn't it? I shouldn't have too much of a down on it. You've got an interview with a guy called Alex Telles. I have no idea who Alex Telles is. I'm sure United fans do. I don't know. I don't know who he is. I mean, you might do. Then we get to the City bit, which isn't a lot. There's not a lot of City pages. There's only 5 pages on City. That's the sort of header page there. It's actually just about opposition focus. We take a look at how City have fared so far, plus how their manager might look to set his team up today for one of the biggest fixtures in the Premier League calendar. So it's got like a team layout there of what they think it'll be, etc. So it's okay. It's not nothing much about City as such. It's obviously just the players. Nothing particularly about the history. They do something called a history lesson there, and it's reflecting on Tommy Hutchinson's own goal in that, and obviously. What does ex-City midfielder Tommy Hutchinson have in common with former Spurs skipper Gary Mabbutt and Charlton's post-war fullback Bert Turner? All 3 have bittersweet honour of scoring a goal for both teams in an FA Cup final. So, yeah, I mean, there's things, I don't know what that's got to do much with anything. Derby Day most prolific players. We've got a picture of some guy that I can't remember who he is. He's not important, is he, that bloke? I'm not sure who he is. Yeah, okay. I remember main role 7th of November 1993. Now I think I've done a piece on this in my history vlogs as well, which is fair because I'm not frightened. I'm not frightened of admitting we get beat. Obviously, there's nothing in here of a City win. It's a United programme, fair enough. But I don't mind in history. I've got a new thing now called Horrible Histories. If you watch my City Pass stuff, so I don't shy away from horrible history. So obviously, that'll be part of sort of a horrible history thing. As far as if I was doing my history vlogs on that game, which was a terrible game, a dreadful game, where we were winning at 2-0 and we eventually lost. Paddy Crerand's still writing for him, like Buzzer writes for us, obviously. So you got some great old pictures there of City old pictures with Paddy Crerand playing United, obviously at Main Road there. Some great images, and that's always good. And yeah, I said about the United review. Well, they've got little pieces in here, and obviously they reflect on when Maradona visited Old Trafford and played for Barcelona. Yeah, to Barcelona. So they got a little thing, and obviously linking it to Maradona, but obviously other things from the United review. So say that at the end of the day, they've got to sell the things, haven't they? So that's great. Dean Henderson, nice picture of Dean Henderson. Was back from Sheffield United. I didn't know that till the other week when someone told me. and then obviously you can take your middle, stick it on your wall. A nice poster of Bruno. He's a handsome looking bloke, isn't he? Yeah, okay. Got more hair than me anyway, hasn't he? Donny van der Beek, they are, Donny van der Beek. Looking good in orange, better than the zebra stuff anyway. Obviously, sort of their podcast, download now, follow everything United. Yeah, these are staple, but obviously the thing with staples, I mean, it's great because you can fold, but obviously they do after you've been turning the pages and reading them, they do come out. So United, you want to find a better way of sticking your pages together. But I do like the staples because you can open the programmes a lot more flatter. Wish we were there, so it's a look back on old games that they've played. Even including games they've lost. There you go. So it's not always ones they've won. I mean, you've got the Leicester 0, United 2, Brighton 2, United 3, United 5, Leipzig 0, Istanbul, Başakşehir, we've never heard of, 2, United 1. So there you go, there's a defeat. United 1, Paris Saint-Germain 3. So yeah, they do, you know, all credit to them. I was a bit mean to it. And yeah, you can't have a United thing without the Wayne Rooney shin effort, can you? You know, I've got ex-United players commenting about how wonderful the goal was and all this sort of thing. I mean, come on. Oh, yeah, move on. So yeah, Mr. Rooney's shin effort. So great minds think. When we asked various current first team players which goal they wish they'd scored, Rooney's overhead against City was a popular choice. Of course it was. And you can buy your perfect festive gift set for United stuff there. Yeah, I'll have to wash my hands. I do it anyway with the COVID, but I'll have to give it a good wash one day. And there's a good thing on one of the programmes, and I couldn't find out which one it was. I can't remember now. If you watch my programme watches, they did a look at graveyards and gravestones of ex-players, etc. And there's a similar thing in this one on Ernest Magnell, obviously an ex-United player, and how the fans have cleaned the grave up because it was looking really tatty, which is fantastic. That's really good. And obviously the old, you know, me and my history. I like my history. Some old pictures, rainbow laces, which they got to meet the fan, a young lady that obviously Manchester United fan who goes to games. There you go. There's a good thing. Standing together, yeah, United's proud to support this year's Rainbow Laces campaign. And yeah, and as I said, you've got your Junior Reds quiz, just a couple of pages, and all the questions are sort of about how they beat, a lot of the questions, how they beat us, and you've got all the Derby delights, 6 top memories from games against City where they won games. So yeah, you got to brainwash the kids, haven't you, how wonderful and fantastic they are. And yeah, they did beat us 3 times out of 4 last year. They've got United funnies. I'll leave that on the screen. I didn't laugh at any of those, to be honest with you. I didn't find much in the humour of those. Santa's Red Helpers, that's always good. Players and staff get involved with campaigns to help those in need for this Christmas, with fans invited. That's okay. Dutch discussion, club news, very organic flavours, the latest production from the United podcast team, while your big match guestwork could land some great prizes on the official apps. So obviously they're always into the media stuff, and that's how it should be. They're a big club, they've got worldwide support and worldwide interest, obviously. And there's a feature that I don't think we tend to have it, but I've seen it in a couple of programmes where they just look at the month ahead, but not just the men's team, they look at the women's team and the EDS or the academy teams, etc. etc. They do have a quiz more for adults, which is okay. Again, some City sort of questions in it, but again, negative on, you know, obviously about defeats for City more than anything else. And obviously that's this United review that looks quite odd. We should do a similar thing, but then again, yeah, perhaps not. United review there, and subscribe. I like this, as you subscribe. Obviously, we can't subscribe to the City programme. You actually, if you subscribe to this one, you get free delivery in the UK, £84.50, 26 issues. So even obviously, they're dedicated to having 26 issues a year, one every 2 weeks, whether they've got games or not. So you've got the United magazine, Inside United, the official magazine still, which obviously City stopped doing quite a while ago. And if you wanted the programme, the United Review, it's £84.50 for 26 issues. That's not bad, is it? Not a bad price, because that includes in the UK, that includes free postage as well. So all credit to them. That's really good. Obviously the fixtures, and as I like to see, some great action match pictures there. and from the archives. And this is an interesting one by royal appointment. I'll show an image on the screen. 7th of May 1964 at Main Road. Matt Busby introduces Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, to his United team ahead of a Manchester derby with a difference. The Reds and Blues faced each other in a fundraising fixture for the Variety Club of Great Britain, for whom Prince Philip is a life member, with proceeds going to help underprivileged children. 2 trophies were up for grabs for the victors, the Duke of Edinburgh Trophy and the Manchester Senior Cup, and it was the King of the Stretford End, Dennis Law, who took centre stage. The Scotsman bagged a hat-trick in a 5-3 United win. Of course, it only featured United win. It's got to be a United win. David Hurd weighed in with two goals of his own, with City's response coming from Neil Young, Limpardo and Alan Oakes. A crowd of 36,434 raised £20,000. So there you go, that's from the archives, which I've had on screen there, and obviously you've got squads on the back, 2 big squads. Yeah, it's alright. I mean, yeah, one thing I've noticed, I mean, I didn't really notice it last season. I mean, yeah, it is pampering to the masses. It is a very positive magazine. As I say, there's not many down things on it. Obviously, against City, it's all the good things. As I said, I don't know. I think the City programme does it, where it'll show draws and the odd loss as well. So yeah, this doesn't do it. It's more looking at the history stuff is all how great and fantastic, and that's fair enough. They have to sort of promote themselves worldwide. But I think it's sort of, I never really noticed it last year when I looked through the programme. But it's all about, and obviously I've probably got a little bit of blue tinted glasses on here, but I think it's all about how superior they are, even though obviously they've been in the doldrums for a while on and off. It's all a very positive outlook. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's supporting their team and they're writing about their team. But yeah, it is a celebration of United, even to the point of the quiz questions aimed at kids. Sort of more or less, we are wonderful and we can do this, and it's fair enough, I suppose. But it's not how I think other teams perhaps approach a programme. I certainly don't think City do that. So yeah, content-wise, it's certainly not as good as last season. There's not as much sort of dedicated old pictures from old games against City and stuff. Again, is it because there's no fans in the ground? Perhaps there isn't as much happening outside. But I don't think it's a patch on last year's. And to be honest with you, the programmes I've reviewed so far, the 6 programmes I've reviewed, I'm literally going to stick this at the bottom. I'm not because it's United, because as I said, they finished in the top 4. They had 2 programmes in the top 4 last season when I was doing it. I just don't think it's quite as up there as it was last season when they did it. So rating wise, I'm only going to give it 6 out of 10, which isn't fantastic, and it goes to the bottom. And I must admit, if I was rated, I always use City as a basis. Obviously last season's City programme was only rating 6 or 6.5 out of 10 anyway, so I'm not being a downer because it's United. That's my base for a bog standard programme. And I think more or less, even though it's nice and big, and I say it started to fall apart now, I've been reading through it a couple of times. So again, it's nice, big, it's glossy, big pages, great, but it's just something lacking in there. And as I said, the style and layout of it as well. So yeah, and I don't really like the vibe in it. As I say, I'm a City fan, so probably won't. But I just don't think it's quite as good as other United reviews have been over the years, unfortunately. So I'm going to put them bottom. So if you look at my top 6 now, which obviously United are top 6, you've got Sheffield United still top, 8.5 out of 10. West Ham second, 8 out of 10. Wolves third, 8 out of 10. I mean, they were actually first in my 1920 programme. Watch Wolves, they're third. Leeds are fourth, 6.5 out of 10. Spurs fifth with 6.5 out of 10. And in bottom place at the moment, it could be someone else could take over from his Man United with the 6 out of 10. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, let me know what you think, and if you got the review, I got that from the souvenir shop. So it was £3.50 plus a bit of postage, so it wasn't too expensive. I think it was less than a £5. So that's pretty good value. So if you want to get your own copy, and obviously any of these city copies, check the check souvenir shops first, check their own club's own shops, and then if not, just check the various, a couple of the most popular internet sites. Obviously, the auction sites usually have these on, so you can pick them up. So hope you enjoyed that. Anyway, let me know what you think, and as I say, hope you enjoyed the programme watch today. Thanks for joining me. Please check my links on screen. If you follow and friend me on Facebook, I do check every couple of days and follow and friend everyone back. And please, if I did have a video shop in the 90s and 2000s, which you may know if you're listening to my vlogs, and I still sell old rare DVDs on my own personal website, moviegamenostalgia.com. I've got posters from that time as well, with some great actors, some great films, and some board games on there as well. So if you can have a look at moviegamenostalgia.com for me, that'd be fantastic. So hope you enjoyed episode 6 of the 2021 Matchday programme watch, and I'm sorry United are 6, so that's at the bottom of the league at the moment. So let's see, they might not end up bottom of the league, but they won't be making the top 5 this season unless we play them in the cup and they produce a better. But at least they're producing a programme. So I mean, at the moment City aren't they? Are they? Apart from a digital one, which is fair enough, but I just can't be bothered. I just can't be bothered looking at the digital one. I like things hard copy. That's, you know, things like King of the Kit packs. I bought it digitally, and it's just not the same. I mean, I'm a more a hands-on guy, and I like it to be there. I like to give me hands. I like to read through. So if you're similar to me, that's fair enough. If you like the digital, you can read stuff on a Kindle, then okay. But say it's not my preferred way, my preferred method of reading. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Please, whatever you're going to do the rest of the day, have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families. More importantly, let's all look after each other. Until we meet again here on the Citizen channel, or perhaps you'll flit over to my film and TV channel and look at something there. Please, all I can say is please stay safe, Blues. Till we meet again. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.